Welcome back to Rec
and Rule.
Roll. I'm Frenchie. This is Brian. That's Joe.
So we're going to try to do...
Starscream. Go on.
maybe once a week, once every other week, just kind of do like a quick rundown of, at least during spoiler season, cards that have been revealed, and also maybe any news that has popped up. So we're going to call this Wreckers Declassified, after something from the Last Stand of the Wreckers comic book series. Check it out if you've not already seen it. We were going to call it Rec Talk, but we were afraid that Scott and Vin would sue us because of their weekly tech talk show. And we have no money.
Don't sue us.
We have nothing. Except for Joe's Transformers collection. He's got like $400 worth of combiners over here. Joe, what's your address so people can come find you?
All right, next talk.
Next part.
All right, so first
Brian,
up.
what do you think about those infinite combo deck? Hit the table. There's a camera here. What's up?
Punch Starscream off the table.
Q&A.
All right, so Swap Parts has been banned. Was their solution to the infinite combo deck type deal. And they posted an article on the main TF TCG page where they went into a lot of detail about why they did it and some of the other alternatives that they explored for doing it and why they did not go with a different solution. Joe, any quick thoughts on the Swap Parts ban?
Good choice to ban Swap Parts, not PTT. Swap Parts goes in like 4 decks, white pip, not often used. Good call.
Frenchie.
I was like thinking about ISF or Swap Parts. I would rather have ISF banned because I don't like that card much, but Swap Part has a lot of application, especially Overcraft or whatever else. And banning Swap Part is actually going to let them do much more now. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I think they just banned Swap Part in like less than 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I believe.
Less than 3 weeks?
Yes.
That
Took
was
about
pretty
3
cool.
weeks. Yep.
Yeah. I love the fact that they are reacting really quick to that. That's what's cool.
I'm glad they didn't do ISF. I like ISF.
I lost ISF today, so I'm kind of not glad.
I don't like ISF.
I highly recommend that you guys take a look at the WTF at TFW podcast. They had Drew on the podcast. Drew obviously is the brand manager for TF TCG. The host of that podcast, Chris and Aaron, talked to him about a lot of different things. But one of the first things they touch on was the Swap Parts ban. And something interesting that they talk about there is that the TF TCG team pulled in team members from some of the other Wizards games to kind of quickly do essentially a boot camp for how to solve the problem in a way that would not cascade to further problems down the road. So it's neat that they are willing to kind of put that many resources into Transformers.
And listen to the players.
Yeah, they look...
In a timely fashion.
Yeah, basically the deck went out on the Facebook group very quickly, got like a lot of attention. They just look at it. They're just paying attention to the players, so it feels good.
They also mentioned
Thank you.
Thank you.
Drew also mentions that they were kind of like, they were looking at some of the things that people were saying, and they kind of used some of that as feedback for what they were going to do. So it is, as you guys mentioned, good that they listen to us. We have experience with other licensed games where it takes a while for things to get changed or to get approved because they need to get approved by the licensor.
Yeah.
So Swap Parts ban, I'm a little bit sad because I love that card, but for the health of the game, still love it. For the health of the game, it was a good move.
Yep. Next, what are we going to talk about?
So we're going to run through now the cards that have been revealed in the past week. We're going to try to keep it fairly short and not go into too much detail about them. But as Joe will tell you, I love to talk.
Unlikely.
So first up we have Cog. So Cog was revealed by Peaugh.
Sergeant Cog.
Peaugh is how you pronounce his name. He is one of the major Transformers action figure reviewers out there.
Poe.
Not Poe, not Pew, Peaugh. Like, he clarified this how you pronounce it. So we'll link to the video where he reveals it, and a lot of his reviews are really good. They're in depth. So as Joe is collecting his combiners, he can find out which ones are good or not.
What? Just buy them all.
So Sergeant Cog is our third super rare character that has been revealed.
And 2.5 months to go.
Yeah.
Whew.
So he's a 10-star character. He is artillery. He is a mechanic. Intriguing. He's a weaponizer, which is functionally the same as a battle master in how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Being in bot mode, gets KO'd, becomes an upgrade, and then when he leaves the battlefield, in the KO area. He's ranged. Stats in bot mode: 4 attack, 12 health, 1 defense. And then Joe, you want to handle his weapon mode?
Sure why not. When you put this on a character, after he's dead, obviously, draw a card for each character you have on the battlefield, which by then should be 2 to 3, maybe less. Then you may play an upgrade onto each of your characters. If this would leave the battlefield, put it in your KO area instead, +4 attack.
And he is a
Permanent grenade launcher.
heavy force defense breaker cannon.
I'm not
is
reading
what
all
he
that.
is.
That's so much. It's too many words.
Heavy force, defense, breaker, cannon.
So, like Joe said, I kind of like the idea of this guy in kind of a 3 or 4 wide team starting out in the field. This way, you hopefully have a bunch of upgrades you could put onto characters.
I feel like this is when Swap Parts would have shown its best. Right before the upgraded character dies, get him off there, get him on the next one, keep going.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
I mean, you can still, with red heat,
Not
kind
anymore.
of get that effect.
Sure.
He can do it. Yes.
If red heat is still alive.
He's gonna pop.
Right.
So that's the idea too. It's like if you go for like a 4 wide with Cog, you're going to have a hard time making Cog die, right?
No, PTT, you can make him die real easy.
Would you PTD?
Him? No, if it was crazy enough. You met me?
Or if he was about to get killed anyway, peace through tyranny.
Yeah.
Just sack him. Or one shall stand if he's almost dead.
Perfect. One shot stand should go up in price. My goodness.
What I'm
Bye.
what I'm trying what I'm afraid is like it's 12 health, right? And I know that if I manage to kill him, then my opponent will essentially have like a great launcher that is going to stay permanently. I'm like, what if I'm trying to kill the other ones instead of killing Cog first? That's the stuff.
And he'll never get used. You have to
Yes.
have something in your deck to actively make these guys maybe get used. If you're
Yeah.
not bringing something to KO them yourself, or like bravery or something, it's like, what's the second part of it for? Like, there's no point.
So we've seen red heat, the Micromaster, the fire truck guy. He has stealth natively in his alt mode. If you read the
If
kind
he's
of like...
untapped.
If you...
Or tapped, I forget.
Uh,
It's untapped, so he doesn't get KO'd first turn.
so, if all of the Micromasters have that, which the kind of like little fluffy story thing they put out as part of the reveal implies that, it talks about them like being hard to see or hard to find or whatever it might be. Maybe team him up with a bunch of Micromasters that all have stealth. This way the attacks, if they're available...
Right, but the stealth is they can only not be attacked if they're untapped.
So the
Once
first
you attack with them,
It
it's
means the
gonna go-
first attack they go into needs to be Cog, right? If they're first player.
Yes.
And then you
Yes.
send Cog out there as your first attacker.
and then you
He
send out
gets
all the other
double
ones.
hit.
Yeah.
Stuff.
But once
So
you
it
tap
could
one of
work.
the Micromasters, they're
Well, you have to keep them in stealth mode. So like every time you're attacking with the stealth mode, it's not going to be do.
Right.
But again, Cog is only 4 attack, and then the other ones, if you try to play him for a while, the other ones are not going to have a lot of attacks.
Probably
So I don't know.
orange heavy deck, get RC in there.
Yeah.
Maybe like Razor Claw, kind of like the more offensive combiner parts, maybe.
Possibly. It's going to be hard. Like I'm in SRT too, so I don't know about the power level. I wasn't seeing it as a SRT at first when I
Is this the lowest health SRT to date?
Boom.
Nemesis and B 1615. Springer is what? Blitzwing's 13. Windblade's 14. Starscream's 15. Springer's what? Mr. Springer lover?
I don't know, Joe.
Oh my god. Springer's got to be 13 or 14?
maybe?
Yeah.
God is down to 12? Okay.
I don't know.
You want him to die, though.
Right, then make him not 12. Make him 4.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, if I open the box and I open Cog, I don't know if I would be as excited as I would be with any other SRT. But yeah, we'll see.
Last quick note is there's a Decepticon equivalent named Brunt. That could be the other SRT, maybe.
Brian, who is holding him in his weapon mode?
It's my boy Sideswipe, one of my favorite characters.
Moving on.
Next up, these next 4 cards are all from the WTF at TFW podcast. So again, check that out. They got to reveal them. So from here, first up we have Alpha Trion. So Alpha Trion is one of the few characters, he might be the only character in Siege that does not get a military rank. And he gets kind of like the traditional subtitle as opposed to the Armed Forces branch and kind of like roll within there. He is a Cybertronian Sage. Joe, how about you talk about what he does in his alt mode?
Alt mode. When you flip to this mode, return an orange action from your scrap pile to hand.
He's a spaceship.
He's like a more focused prime. Not any action, just orange. And we have yet to clarify if orange must be a solo orange action or if it could be paired up with another pip.
Can you bring back orange blue? Can you bring back orange black?
White, orange black, orange green, orange purple.
I would say yes.
You would say yes, but you are not what?
What's it?
Correct. Might need a clarification on that.
5 attack, 14 health, 2 defense. Pretty good stat line for 11 stars, right?
I like it. It's higher than Cog.
Then I look at Barrage for 7 stars for 5, but sure.
I'm looking at Shockwave, Wave 1 Shockwave, 11 health,
6 attack.
11 stars.
3 defense.
Yes, we know they balanced the game, Brian. Thank you.
Seems on par.
Yes.
So Spaceship, they also mentioned on the WTF podcast that we will be seeing some spaceship love in the battle cards.
This is the 4th spaceship, is that correct?
Shockwave, Cosmos.
I would love to see some
I'm
love
missing
for
one.
I
Cosmos.
think I missed one also. I think I forgot one. I
Move
forgot.
on.
There's only Shockwave and Cosmos in Wave 1.
Yes.
That might be it.
Okay.
And then in his bot mode, goes up to 6 attack, goes down to 1 defense. After you flip battle cards for this character's attack and before defense flips, you may play one of the blue actions that you flipped. So like Joe said previously, kind of a more limited or more focused version of OPBL.
I'm surprised they didn't make him a defensive one.
Defensive one.
Play a blue action on defense after you flip your cards.
Oh,
Like a
it's
reverse prime.
That
So it's only on defense.
I'm still waiting for that character.
would be interesting, and that would kind of fit with Alpha Trion, how he is. He's kind of like a mentor, or like an old
Take your word for it.
sage type guy. It's from G1 cartoon. So you can obviously pair him up with OPBL and have 1 star left over.
Mm-hmm.
That's strong. That's really, really strong.
Rare character, and also character number 1.
Yes, that is Alpha. Begins with A.
Yeah.
So.
Any final thoughts on Alpha Trion?
I'm definitely going to try it with OPBL. It's going to be very intriguing.
Everybody is.
What?
Everybody is.
Yeah. Rollout is going to be good with both of them. I want to see that.
They're already
Spam roll out,
posting
grab
the
2 different
forum
actions.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Next up, also from WTF,
I wonder if you just say one of those file names.
Joe names things horribly. So this is where they tricked me, Joe. I was all hyped
Yes!
up. I thought that
Got
this,
everybody.
if you look at the vehicle mode, I thought this was Thundercracker, but it's not.
It looks really similar.
What's the difference?
The color scheme works. Like it's
like
blue and a white jet. It's the same type of jet
those
as
wings.
Starscream.
Maybe there's not like a bump right here that's
You cannot
got it.
see you. Oh, you're trying to like
Look
show.
how similar that is, dude.
So in Transformers,
I'm showing
Lord,
him Starscream's
Yeah.
face.
They call this a Tetrajet, is what this is named.
Tetraglider.
So this is also really cool. They talk about this on the podcast. Check that out for more information. But Needlenose is a he's a very obscure G1 character. Released near the end of the toy series. He was in the comic book a little bit. Never popped up in the cartoon. He was I've heard it called a double target master or a junior target master.
Junior?
They were smaller. So Target Masters were a little bit larger.
Yeah.
The junior ones were a little bit smaller toy. So like if the regular Target Masters were like Voyager Starscream size,
Ooh, yoga.
then the juniors were smaller size than that.
We'll see.
And they also came with 2 little guns that turned into robots. Anyway,
Anyway,
this is a surprise because he does not have a toy in Siege, but Drew mentions that they worked very closely with Hasbro to kind of like update some of the characters to show what they would look like in Siege. So it is unlikely that he actually gets a toy, but they wanted to make it fit with the aesthetic. So he is 8 stars. He is in the Air Force. He is a soldier. In plane mode, he's a plane, and he's also ranged.
just playing plane mode?
Although this is interesting because I was curious if they would make these guys into planes or spaceships because it could go either way with the design. 3 attack, 11 health, 1 defense. He is the same in bot mode as well. So his alt mode ability, when you flip to this mode, return a card that has exactly 1 star from your scrap to hand. And then in his bot mode, when you play a battle card that has exactly 1 star, do 1 damage to an enemy. Which is interesting because it does not need to be like, he doesn't have to be the character that you're going to intend to activate that turn. He can be tapped out already.
Right.
As long as you are playing 1 star cards, he's pinging out a damage, which is neat. Any initial thoughts here on Needlenose?
So obviously he's not an 8-point character. He's at least a 9 or a 10-point character.
You want to play
Or
with
else,
Star Scarf.
yeah, or else why are you doing that? Unless,
Yeah.
unless there's something to be an easier way to play Ancient Wisdom and Unleashed Power.
Yeah.
Potential.
First thing I'm going to try it.
Unleashed Potential?
I think it's the name of it.
Unleashed
Unleashed
Potential.
Potential, yeah. Bolt of Lightning. That's what I want to play with. And I'm going to probably pair it with Skywarp. Let's say you have Needlenose in bot mode, Skywarp in bot mode. You flip Needlenose, you take this, the Bolt of Lightning back into your hand. Play Bolt of Lightning, deal 3 damage to one of the characters.
Which is really going to be 4 damage.
Or you
Not
can attack
really.
on the one somewhere else.
I
You
mean,
could spread
if-
3-1 or
Yes.
just 4-1.
I mean, if you don't have to like retrieve the Bolt of Lightning from the discard pile, and both of them is in bot mode, anytime you play Bolt of Lightning, it's going to be 4 damages because of Needlenose and plus 3
Well, then you got to get him back in the
on Skywarp.
alt mode or bot mode after you flip.
But you can use Skywarp to pull it back.
Skywarp to
Yeah,
grab
Bolt
it.
has
Skywarp second wave. Like when every time you play like a card that doesn't have a beep on it, you get plus 3. So, I mean, it's a huge swing.
No, because
And-
then it'll be in the other mode. You got to pick one of them to flip.
Yeah, no, it's like yeah, it's either you are going to like take it back from the discard
With
pile
who?
with the Needlenose and then deal 3 damage
Then it's
and
not
then
gonna be 1.
plus 3
Right,
and then
yeah.
3, so it's
So you have,
still nice.
you have
Yeah.
options, yeah.
Or if you're lucky enough and have both of them in bot mode, then it's going to be 4 and then plus 3 on Skyward.
If you have it in hand, yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
would be the best case scenario.
it's strong. But again, yeah, 10 plus 8, 18 plus what? 3?
Bring the other Skywarp.
You can't.
10, 16, 8, 24. And
But yeah,
one
but you
star
want
card.
like
one.
let's say
Nah,
I played
you-
3 battle 3
You want to keep
battle.
playing Leap of Faith every
3
turn.
bolts.
Yeah, if I play 3 bolts, it's going to be like 21.
So he's probably an 11-point character.
So my crazy scheme is going to end up being Thundercracker.
If you say Thunder, he said it.
Needlenose, 3 bolts. I'm at 19. I have 6 stars left over.
Bring 3 leaps. No, you got to be Leap with Thundercracker.
Ooh.
Leap could be good. on
That way you
Thundercracker.
can just like constantly just ping people for damage.
Yes.
8,
Anyone-
8, 16, 17, 19, you got 6 to go and wave 1
Yes.
Skywarp.
Oh, by the way, and I'm a little bit sad that he's not specialist. If he was specialist, it would be so good. Is Thundercracker a specialist?
Nope.
Oh,
Ranged.
So you need a specialist too,
No.
I guess.
Don't need one.
Mm-hmm.
The only card that would play off of it would be like Field Communicator,
Yeah.
Multi-Tool, Multi-Mission Gear,
Still giving planes that low attack. Poor Dirge.
and low defense.
Yeah.
They're playing, it should be hard to shoot down, you know?
I know. That's so weird.
Like paper mache. Boop.
And then he's also a rare character too. So we have 2 rares so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's move on. Next up is going to be. So Raider Nightstick. So in the fluff, in the original series, this is the target master with Cyclonus, but Drew clarifies on the WTF podcast, we will not be seeing Cyclonus in this wave. So he is ground force, he's weapons, he is a specialist.
Mm-hmm.
He's 6 stars, so in his bot mode, he has 2 attack, 6 health, 1 defense. No native abilities in that mode. When he is KO'd, or when he's KO'd, you play him as an upgrade. He has a black beam blaster, and he has +2 attack. He gives +1 defense to the character that has him, which is interesting.
That's the second weapon to date that has a bonus armor on a weapon.
Aside from Ion Blaster, yeah.
Yes. That's going to be good to sort of counter bashing shield. Finally, armor somewhere else in the armor, other than the armor slot.
Okay, I mean it's only +1, but it helps a little bit.
Oh my god! Plus anything, please get away from bashing shield.
Mm-hmm.
So his text in weapon mode, when the upgraded character attacks and you flip at least 2 black battle icons, your opponent chooses a card from their hand and scraps it. If he leaves the battlefield, put it into your KO area instead.
So you're getting attacked. You're definitely going to take 2 damage, and you lose the card. At insult to injury.
Yeah.
If you flip the 2.
I'm sure if you're going to put him in a deck, you should probably be building the deck that way.
Yes.
Should be heavy black, orange, black, blue.
I can hear like Kyle already wanting to slot this in with Shockwave.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Oh my god. Sounds
That'd
great.
be good, yeah. Shockwave
An 8-4?
Shockwave, wave 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shockwave's an 8-4. But then he'd have to be on the other side. He'd be a 6-4. Pierce 2 and then scrap a card from your hand and take a damage. Take 3 damage. It's going to be Pierce 3 with Shockwave, basically-ish. Well,
Yes.
2 to 1 character, 1 to another.
Hopefully if you're like having blue and black beat card, I'd say. Right? Like you don't want to play Shockwave in an orange deck.
No. I won't want to do that.
Yeah.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet, at least.
And then Joe, trivia. Who is holding
Someone with a
Nightstick?
blue arm.
Who has a blue arm, Joe?
Starscream.
Starscream's kind of...
Probably. It would kind of make sense, right? One other quick note here, too, is it is pretty neat looking at the art for these guys. Drew mentions that they worked very hard with Hasbro.
It is him.
He worked very... the TF TCG team worked hard with Hasbro to kind of show like a narrative within the cards. So look at Nightstick in his bot mode, like, I don't know, he's kind of hiding out from some ships, like in the background. Maybe they're doing like a search type mission type thing. Yeah, and I think that's it for Nightstick.
Yep. What's next?
Next up, we have
Starscream doing yoga. Next up.
Next up, we have our first triple pip card. So we have Fuel Cache. It is a star card. It is a white, orange, and blue pip. So the first time that all 3 of those blocks have been taken up by pips. It's an action. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. If they include at least white, orange, blue, put them all into your hand. Otherwise, scrap them. So unless you have the ability to plan, so what, Master Plan lets you plan 6, up to 6. I don't know necessarily if you are putting this in your deck to trigger the action part. You are probably putting this in your deck to get the pips.
Yeah, I mean,
I need to see more cards in the set to work with this.
yes. It's too bad that I couldn't play Metroplex with it.
It's really good that you can't play this with Metroplex.
It would be like quite broken, I would say.
As someone who does not play Metroplex but plays against a lot of Metroplex, thank goodness.
Full Cache is just activating half the Metroplex part already.
And
So
then you're always flipping 4 cards.
yeah. So yeah, my text god is like a star card, I'd say.
Yeah, because Metroplex with a mining pick would trigger it every time. Oh, plan 2. There you go.
Yeah, that would be like so good.
I'm still trying to see if this card is I need one of all 3 of them.
It's probably
Or just one of... one, like I flip a white card, I flip an orange card, I flip a blue card, I can take them all.
It's
Yeah.
probably like Metroplex when you flip it. Like you are not looking for like a card that has every 3 pips, I guess.
Yeah.
You're looking like for just everything.
Yes.
Drawing 3 cards out of it, right? If you manage to like do the composition of everything, it's I don't know. Is it better than backup?
Is it better than universal
Backup?
network access?
Yeah, that also. Is it better? I don't know.
I will definitely draw 3 with UNA.
Yes, but this one you can't. Like you basically gamble it. So
Yeah.
it's hard. I would
Which
say.
means they wouldn't have made this if there wasn't a reason for them to make it.
Have we seen?
I mean, obviously, Slipstream loves it.
Yeah.
If she has the other side, the bot side.
Yeah.
Dragstrip would love this.
Grapple.
Yeah.
Careful. Grapple wants 4 colors exactly.
You just need to get a green then.
The next card would have... No, you can't, because then you would flip 3 more cards with the white.
No, I'm just saying, Grapple likes this, not for the action really, but he likes it for
It might be too much. Because 3 is not 4, and then the next card you flip, you're going to flip 2 more for 2 more whites. You're going to have 4 cards. So you would need green, 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 or...
No. With Grapple, you just need to have 4 colors.
That's 4 exactly.
Yeah, that means you can't have, like, we're
You
about to
need
have
flip,
a
if you
5th
flip this, it
color.
would be green, green, green.
No. So, the way this works, Joe, play Grapple, but the way Grapple goes is you need to flip at least 4 different colors.
It says exactly
At
what
least
That means
exactly.
you can't flip 5, though. So it means that if you flip, let's say that you flip if you flip a green and a black, Grapple's abilities will not trigger.
So
if you
exactly-
flip a green or a black, then you're safe.
But it's a white that you're flipping right here. If I flip Fuel Cache as my first grapple flip, I need to flip...
No. It say exactly 4 colors. And
Yes.
not 4 cards with like 4
It's
different
not exactly
cards.
4 different pips. It's 4 different colors.
Not what I'm... Right. If you flip 5 colors, it doesn't work.
If you
Correct.
wait.
If you flip green, 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 it works.
No, if you
No.
flip Fuel Catch, so that's 3.
That's
And
3.
then you flip Piercing Blaster, it still works.
Yes.
And then you flip one green, it works.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. You need to flip 4 colors, not any other color. You can't. It's gotta be like greens, whites, or orange. It can't be green, black, or black, green, black. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. We're good.
I think we're saying the same thing, or Joe was
You're
wrong.
just saying it wrong. I'm saying it right.
People at home work
He's right,
submarines.
whatever.
Let's be real. Joe was wrong.
Alright, Fuel Catch. I think it's going to be
Play
interesting.
Grapple, Joe.
I think it's going to be interesting. I want to see if they are going to do like some white orange or white blue.
It's going to be tough because that's going to be a strong card. I think you would need to have that cost a star.
White, blue would have to cost a star.
I think orange.
White, orange would have to cost a star. Yeah, you can't give Metroplex all this ammunition.
I don't know.
They'd have to make a clause that says you cannot put this in the Metroplex deck or something like that. They're gonna ban Metroplex any day now. Calling it right now. It'd be so sad.
Not going to happen.
Not gonna happen.
Alright.
I feel like Metroplex is like
Joe is using hyperbole.
Metroplex is like restricting their card design right now.
This is not a bad analysis.
He's got a stranglehold on all those double pip cards.
Yes. I mean, double pip. On,
Excuse me, a white, orange, and blue sets of double pips.
yes. I mean, double pip.
Obviously, green and black would be great because then that wouldn't need to be starred yet. Green and black would be safe.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Green black is safe. Yeah,
Metroplex
like
will be like
not
this.
adding much more. Yes.
Not gonna do it
The
this way.
fact that so basically when you play like a double pip card,
If you guys can see Brian's face right now, he's just like, "What is Joe talking about?"
It's the face Joe usually makes at me, so I mean, it's fair.
We're done with Fuel Cache.
yeah, we're done. Let's go.
Alright, Fuel Cache.
All right, so again, those 4 are from the WTF podcast. Make sure you guys will have a link there. Check it out. And from here, our next one is our first kind of like in the wild spoiler.
In the
So
wild.
this is from a gentleman. His name is Arune Singh.
Shrink this a little. There we go.
He is the vice president of, I think,
NASA.
Boom
That
Comics.
was way off.
It's some type of like kind of comic pop culture company. Anyway, so we've got Major Prowl. He is a 10-star character, the most expensive Prowl to date.
Correct. So he's a major. So, I mean...
Yeah. Infantry, strategist. He is a car. He is ranged. In car mode, he is just ranged.
Is he shooting people with the high beams? What is that?
He's blinding them.
He's fucking
So 4 attack, 14 health, 2 defense in car mode, no abilities there. Bot mode, he's ranged. 5 attack, 14, and 1 defense. When this attacks an enemy that has a weapon, do 2 damage to that enemy.
Sweet.
He is a common. Thoughts on Prowl at 10 stars?
At 10 stars, ouch.
Stuff?
Yeah.
14 health. It seems like every character that is over 9 stars, 10 stars are quite beefy, except
Should
for
be
Go.
great in turbo or sealed.
Yep.
5 and 14, ouch.
5 and 40 is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. But yeah, it seems like they just want to like put more health in the characters now. Like it feels weird. It feels weird like Shockwave Wave 1 is 11 health for 10 stars.
Poor guy. His ability strong.
He's got 3 defense in both modes.
Yes. So yeah. But yeah, 14 health. God. Like any
Blur was 12.
2 damage is a, decent chunk of damage too. Just for having a weapon. Like, oops, take damage.
Yes.
And it has, some like black pips in his deck.
I'd also
This
suggest...
way you're definitely like always pinging for damage no matter what.
I'd also suggest debilitating crystal with him. Not only do you take 2 damage and then pop that weapon. Hopefully they have a weapon.
That could be a play, yeah.
Especially if it's a battle master. Like, oops, add insult to injury
See
again.
ya.
So basically it's like a 7 attack. Or it's better than
Better than 7 because you're landing the 2 damage.
Yes, you're landing the 2 damage right away, but yeah. So
it's like Pierce 2, but not Pierce 2. It'll be Pierce 2 if it's... I shouldn't say Pierce 2. It'll land 2 damage regardless with the weapon. Not
Yes.
just like 5 attack or 7 attack.
that's so worth to note too that if you character's opponent is only having 2 health left and has a weapon, if you attack with Prowl, you're going to do the damages right away. You're not going to flip any cards.
No flip.
So
Just dead.
yeah, it's going to. I mean,
Be a nice way to end a game. Oh, I got Prowl, you have a weapon, scoop. Did you want to play that weapon on him? Silly.
I don't know how if I'm going to play it, but it's worthwhile
10
looking at it, I believe. Especially with like all those weapon masters, target masters,
Battle
whatever,
masters.
battle
Action
masters, masters, everything,
Thigh
master
master.
weapons, Meister.
I think we'll probably get Thigh Masters Joe in Wave 7.
Sweet.
Quick note, he's number 8 in the list. He's major. So
8 begins with M. Wow.
And then
Not many Autobots in this set then?
major and then P. Well, we're not going to have anybody Autobot because I think we're going to get just ranks. Like everybody ranked.
By the way, for the new people watching us,
The new people are like, why are we tuned into this? Thanks for showing up.
Can you explain why we're like talking about the order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and then talking about the
Those are
name?
crazy.
Because the characters, they're numbered alphabetically. So we probably have a couple of majors aside from Prowl. We know that both Magnus and Shockwave are also majors, but they would come later in the alphabet. We also maybe could see Lieutenant as a rank as well. Maybe we have a couple lieutenants in the game.
Between Alpha Trion and Major Prowl, A to L, sure. What other ranks are Colonel? Are the Colonels in this siege?
It'd be kind of funny to have Colonel. I don't know. It's a
That would
funny
be
rank.
funny.
I don't know. It sounds
Colonel, because there's
fun.
no R in it.
It's weird. Yeah.
Colonel.
Colonel.
Colonel, Sergeant, Major, Captain. Captain. No captains?
What about
Captain.
Could be captain.
Sparrow.
Yeah.
What do you mean could be? Don't you know this, Bri?
I don't have like all the ranks memorized, Joe.
Duh, Joe.
General Prime?
That's GG. Generals?
Somebody messaged us saying that they found like solicitations that mentioned Megatron being in general, so maybe.
General Megatron.
No Admirals, because Alpha Trion comes first. No Admirals.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Next up, so this was revealed on the official TF TCG Facebook page. So Ken, who is the lead designer, is going to be doing a weekly article series. He showed us Private Trailbreaker. He is infantry, he is fortification and defense, he's a truck, he's melee, he's also 10 stars.
Yeah, cargo trailer.
Truck mode, he is 4 attack, 14 health, 2 defense. In bot mode, goes to 5 attack, 0 defense.
So there's that same 10 points. That's Prowl stats, isn't it? 14, 414, 2 or 414, 1,
yes,
whatever.
although Prowl keeps 1 defense in bot mode.
And now we have 2 abilities, though.
Yeah, so in truck mode, he before the game begins, you may put a force field from your deck onto this. We've seen a similar mechanic with Magnus, and now we have it with Trailbreaker and force fields, which is cool. I like that. We could potentially see more characters that pull in
I would definitely bet money on it. Maybe. Not a lot of money, just some sort of.
It seems good to start with a force field, especially if you have an orange deck.
Especially if you're going against an orange deck.
Especially if you
Either way.
Yes.
I mean, if you're a heavy blue deck, like force field is a little bit less good for you, just because you could potentially.
I probably wouldn't put him in a blue deck.
And then in bot mode, when he has armor, he has brave. 10 stars, uncommon. He's melee in both modes. I like him. Like it seems cool.
It's strong. Like I don't know, guys, but like I'd rather play him than Cog.
Then Cog? We'll play both.
Why not? But like literally, like he's going to like. I mean,
It's
what I want to say
not
is like
just
it
force
makes
field.
sense. Like his whole character design is making sense, right?
How come you got electrified spikes on him?
You're not down about
I
that.
know. Attack me, come on, bro.
It's like you can start it and just like flip it and then just go attack with it. 5, 14, 0, but you don't care because you have force field on it. God, it's going to be like a tough piece to like get through it. Literally.
Well, I mean, if he's got force field, he's taking 4 damage every turn. That means that he's going to survive 3.
You have to keep recurring force field somehow then.
Yes, and let's say you play blue deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you slap anything like
I'd want to play
but-
tough on him,
by the way, it's
not force field.
yeah, tough on it. It's melee, so you can actually play body armor. God, body armor on
You're back to
Trailbreaker.
orange. You're back to not being able to draw it. It was not green. You run the risk. That's all.
Yeah, but like it's strong.
Yeah, but it's gonna get body armor scraps too easily from bashing shield. There's too much risk and effort going into grabbing body armor.
Yeah,
playing it on a melee character, keeping it there without someone just
Yes.
sneezing on it with a bashing shield.
Reinforced plating and what's the other one?
Sparring gear.
Sparring gear.
At least sparring gear should be a nice little fight for bashing shield.
Yes.
I mean, you bash me, I'll grab it. I'll grab it, you bash me.
They're all good on Trailbreaker. It's going to be like a hard one. Like if you have any characters, this space design for like 15 stars to place, and then between those 15 stars you want like keep going to late game with it, you can actually play Trailbreaker in a blue deck with armors on it. It's going to be
Like evasive maneuvers, just to annoy the opponent. It's like, do you really want to waste the bashing shield on me? It's scrap anyway, bro.
Why not? But like 14 health, having the ability to like defend, it's good. It's good.
And then he is.
Before I trivia here, do you know who he's shooting right now?
Of course. So it is kind of neat. So same type of idea as maybe Alpha Trion. They took a previous toy. This came out, I want to say like 2012, 2013. And it's this design for the figure. And they've kind of updated it to make the art fit better with the Siege aesthetic, which is a little bit like, I don't know, it looks kind of gritty or almost like graffiti-esque, which is neat. I should also mention that they will be re-releasing or reprinting Force Field, but it has different art. I think it's I want to say I've read somewhere that there are 4 cards that are being reprinted in this wave, but do not quote me on that.
And you're quoted.
Whoops. Character 24, he's uncommon. He is probably near the end of the Autobots that we see, except for like Cog, who was like 42 or something like But the idea is
private, and then sergeant.
And then the Decepticon equivalent is Raider. So it would probably be like
PQR,
a whole bunch of Autobots as privates in a row.
I guess there won't be many Raiders. I'd have to go find.
There's going to be a lot of Raiders.
I'd have to see what the numbers are.
Because they would go up to like 42-ish. All right. So from here, Trailbreaker done. Next two cards come from Scott Van Essen. So Scott wrote the article where he introduced the idea of what a black pip does, and he also will have a weekly article on the official TF TCG page. So we have an RR Disruptor Blade. I wonder what that stands for.
Retro Reactor.
Reversal.
So natively it just has one black pip. Gives +3 when the upgraded character attacks and you don't flip a black pip.
Right, who's holding it?
Scrap this card after the battle. This is RC, Joe. I know you know.
Is it RC?
Yes.
Yeah. Huh.
She's...
Like she needs more Pierce.
Alright.
So Scott's article is really, really interesting because he goes into a lot of information about like kind of design and kind of design challenges and kind of like benchmarks they have. He mentions that a primary laser rifle, I forget the exact name, but primary laser, my bad, just gives you that static +2 attack, and that's sort of the baseline for a weapon. If there's a 1-star weapon, there has to be some type of benefit, like armed hovercraft. For 3, there needs to be some drawback. Think erratic lightning, you're at -1 defense.
Is that really a drawback? I've been getting erratic lightning like all week. I don't see a drawback from them at all.
Either there is a drawback,
no one goes darn -1 armor.
or there are very specific requirements like Energon Axe needing you to be damaged. And then a +4 weapon means that it's a one-time use done, like grenade launcher. Seems neat. I do think that this would probably be something that you'd see in more of a blue deck, just because you want...
I can definitely see this
Pierce.
in blue decks if there are blue-black pip cards.
And so you can say...
Bet money. Bet money is going to show up in there.
I think you can put it everywhere.
Everywhere.
It all depends on all the other black card that is going to be in that wave. Like if... Let's say for example there's no blue black.
I'd be sad.
Yes, I'd be sad too. But it means that you are going to put that into a orange deck.
Right, but if I'm an orange, I don't want to flip a solo black pip on defense that like I'm just getting pummeled. Defeats the purpose of the blues.
They also seem to be kind of pushing the idea of mixing blue and orange as opposed to going like really hard one way or the other.
I'm sure every card is going to have one specific slot that it goes in.
Yeah. I mean, this card can go, like, depending on what the other cards are going to be created, it can go in Eddie's
Sure, this would be like a grenade launcher. Just slot it anywhere you want, get a one-time use out of a 3.
Yeah.
Or, okay, that's true. But on top of it, too, I'm thinking of characters that have really low defense. Fireflight, sorry, not low defense, low attack. Fireflight, +1 attack in his Brave mode. Headstrong, same deal.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
In a blue deck, which if you want to like survive longer, I'm thinking the Fireflight, New Common B, Thundercracker thing I've been trying. You could throw this onto, I've got Fireflight, and then add...
Right, like I feel like the Noble and the Scoundrel Blasters are like safer bets in heavy blue decks because at least it does something on defense. This popping up with defense is like I'm just taking another deck.
Exactly.
It's true, but like Pierce, I think it's already better than it was in Wave 1, and then the black pip is
this doesn't grant
increase
Pierce.
that too.
This doesn't grant Pierce.
I understand.
Yeah.
I get you. But this paired with maybe like, the bigger they are means that you're hitting for a lot of Pierce. I think like
A lot of Pierce
this
in the
paired
sense
with
that-
either bigger they are or heavy-handed is going to be good.
Like pair in the sense that if you flip that card in attack,
Or if you had this equipped, like to get that +3 for those smaller characters like Fireflight or like Headstrong with that one attack. When you're using them as a just brave soak damage type thing, but when you do attack with them, you want to actually do some damage. Has some play there.
But then it gets scrapped, and I don't want this cycling back in my deck for defense. And then I can't. And I need to draw it again if I want to use it again.
in any case, it's like we said earlier. I don't remember if we said that earlier, but like black card is good for characters that has like low attack numbers, and you want to guarantee to still pushing through the damages. Like Fireflight, not Fireflight, the one that has Brave.
Firefly.
Firefly.
I always mix up him and Skydive and Air Raid. Like I always choose the wrong one.
Firefly, sometimes I don't want like sometimes I'm here and I don't want to like send the other ones because they have like higher attack, and I just need to like put one more damage or two more damage. If I had black card in my deck, then I have way more chance of pushing the damages than just trying to like play the other ones.
Would this be beneficial on characters with lower attack than they have Pierce natively?
It's
like Alpha Bravo.
Yeah.
2 attack, Pierce 3. I slap this on him, and hopefully just flip 2 blacks, and then it's 3, 4, 5 attack, Pierce 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
It's some way to just balance out the two.
Feels like
But then if I have 2 black pips popping up in whatever deck he's in, I just feel bad, like grabbing down on defense. It's like, it just feels like a green or a blank pip, like, ugh.
Now we're talking about that. I feel like those black cards is going to be helping a lot of the combiners. Like they don't have like amazing attack damage. If you go against a character that is a blue deck and has 14 health, you're probably going to spend like 3 or even 4 attacks trying to take down a character that is 14 health. So yeah, I can see why now we have like those black pip coming now in that set. Yeah.
All right, let's do the last card that we'll be talking about today. An Erratic Energy Grenade also has a black pip. It's a utility. At the start of your turn, do 1 damage to the upgraded character, and then when the upgraded character is KO'd, do 2 damage to each enemy. I like this. I'm already thinking like Ultra Magnus, and then you take 2 cheap little Battlemaster type guys.
Wait, why would I have this on Ultra Magnus?
You don't put it on Ultra Magnus.
Oh, okay.
You put it on the little,
You
put it on the Battlemasters. You send them out to go do damage. You want them to get killed anyway, right?
Go die on the battlefield.
Pings out there, takes 2 damage, and then you throw them onto Magnus as a weapon, and then you do more stuff. And then on top of that, Magnus has his robot mode ability that does 1 damage to everything. Also,
except him.
So, will it be good?
If you have the Arune. Yeah.
Will it be good? I don't know, but I like that as just like a janky, weird type of deck.
I want to see a character that says, when this character takes a damage from anywhere, from anything, do something. That would be funny. If it says, when this character takes a damage, your opponent scraps a card from hand, I'm going to put like 4 erratic grenades on this little dude. Like, keep taking damage every turn, as much as possible.
There's another way of
So at the start of a turn, so it's going to quickly...
Yeah.
Well,
just, yeah.
Like, every time it's your turn, it's not when you attack with it that you take the damage.
Right.
I mean, that card can actually pile up the damage pretty quickly. Like 2 damage to each enemy. It's like playing 2 Armorcraft, right?
Just when he dies. When
he dies, yes. I want to play that every time on Firefly. I want to play that every time on Combiner that is about to die. Yeah.
Oh, that's about to die, yeah. When they're about to die, correct.
If in a deck where I'm playing Strapping Run, Armorcraft, this card is actually going to make it into that deck.
Like, you don't actually have to kill the opponent. You just get them within 2 damage, and you play this somewhere that they can't attack or have to attack.
Yes.
Like, kill the brave character, and then your whole board is going to get hit. Great.
Yes. It's a really, it's actually felt like a kamikaze stuff. Like you're getting damages, but like the reward out of it is like very strong.
There's that black pip again, though.
Same thing. It's like
I'm just worried about drawing black pips on defense. I can't get this out of my head.
I think it's going to be a little bit like a white pip, where you have to sort of like figure out the right ratio for the deck that you're playing.
Right. Yes.
What about don't flip too many at once?
Yes. A deck of 40 black pips. Bad idea.
What about you play all, let's say Devastator, all black.
All black Devastator.
You're going to hit every damages, and then if you die, it doesn't matter.
No. Because if someone have 4 attack, you're only going to flip. Let's say you flip 2 blacks as one of your worst attacks. You only do a Pierce 2.
I mean, Pierce 2 or like
and then your character's going to pop because you're flipping blacks. and you're not really covering ground.
But yeah, but like you don't care at that point because like you have 6 characters.
I don't want to just give up my dudes just like that if not pushing it. I have to push damage through and mop up their characters.
Agree, but like
as I'm dying, not just do 2. They're still around and I'm dying.
I hear you.
I gotta cover
Yes,
ground.
but like
You have to balance it.
yeah, it's
Orange and black.
I'm not when I say
Yes.
all black is like not like all black is like whatever.
Well, I mean, we're also not going to
combo
have.
black pips.
We're probably not going to have a ton of like just solo 1 black pip cards. Going to probably
Yeah.
there's going to be a bunch
Right, just like there's like greens in them.
that are
like,
paired
yeah,
with it, right? And then you may have mentioned this. I may have just mistaken what you were saying, but this is also good for characters where if they have an ability where when they're damaged they get
I would
something.
love to see that. I would play the crap out of that deck. Draw a card. Sure.
Yeah.
Right. This is a way to make sure that when damaged, this character gets whatever. That is always, or it's active when you want it to be.
That
if
would be
you don't
very-
want to send them out to get attacked.
That would be very strong. Like
I
literally,
would put that on
there's
a 14 health character.
yes, it is like a character that like each time you gain in damage, you do something. Erratic energy grenades has to be like a staple on that deck.
And you guys may have mentioned this too. This is a way to maybe convince your opponent to attack certain other characters. You have this
You say to
advantage
convince your opponent to attack other characters?
to entice them, whatever you want to say, Joe.
Why would my opponent be enticed on attacking a character with a grenade?
That's what I'm saying. You put it onto a
Exactly.
character where if they attack that
You
character,
don't entice them.
there is a
Force them.
downside. So you're pushing them to a different character.
Not enticing them to attack there. It's enticing them to not attack there.
Enticing them to attack somewhere else.
Yes. Elsewhere.
English.
Go somewhere else.
English.
He's like,
speak it.
what button do I click?
Okay, so that was our first episode of Wreckers Declassified.
He's a kitty.
Let us know if you like this type of episode.
We made it.
We're gonna do it anyway.
We made it.
Let us know if you want to see us like talk to more stuff. If there's like any subject that you want us to like talk about it, let us know in the comments too. What else? Thank you for watching us.
Don't forget, we're gonna try to get better at doing this.
Yes.
We do have a Patreon, so if you guys like what we do, it just helps us to kind of upgrade our equipment and do that type of stuff. It's always linked in the video description. We also have some rewards. We've got some Impactor inspired damage tokens.
I don't know, show one real quick. Grab a oneer. No, not a fiver. A
Far
oneer.
side. Far side.
Far side, this thing.
All the way down.
Oh my
Notice
God,
that paint.
There you go.
So $10
Oh,
tier. We send you guys two
Closer.
And flip.
with it. 2 of the 1s and 3s. And 1 of the 10s and 5s.
And flip.
And then if this first batch goes well, we might look into commissioning some other
Impactor helmet, so good.
style.
By the
Some
way,
other characters maybe.
those are hand-painted
Yeah.
by Brian and Joe.
And soon to be Frenchie.
Yes.
We'll also be painting some.
So yeah, we put some love in it, right? So yeah, for Patreons, check us on Patreon. Yeah, oh god.
We will be hard at work soon.
Yeah, so that was the 5, right?
This is the 5.
Yeah, show the 5 again. So this is how they look like when they come to us. This is what you're going to get.
It's a 10 you're showing them.
Yes, 5 here.
It's a 5.
Right. So yeah, we really do put some love in it and try to like make them unique.
Yes, we
each
put
of them.
love and non-toxic paint in them.
Joe has eaten so much, we can guarantee it does not kill you. Last point, guys. So Jason Brown of On Beam Designs on Etsy, he's the one who kind of created those for us. So throw some love his way as well.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
that's pretty much it, I guess.
It's a kitty.
Wreck and roll.
What is wrong with all of you?